Roy Williams is a marketing man. His clients want to buy whatever advertising sells the most product.
It's Rick Dees in the morning. All communication should be poetic. Bring him in, please. Roy Williams!
Essential to any company is the ability to get your message out. My guest says, don't give up hope. Joining me now is Roy Williams.
Yes, so how do you speak in poetry to people and get them to do things you want them to do?
Here to talk about the advantages of radio advertising is the author of a new book called The Wizard of Ads.
Joining me is Roy Williams. Today we're talking about his book, Secret Formulas of the Wizard of Ads. This is one of the most important books that anybody can read.
What makes people do the things they do? More importantly, how can we get people to do what we want them to do? With another part of the answer to that question, here's the Wizard of Ads, Roy H. Williams.
We're going to take a very few brief minutes to look at the three worlds of business. Because business tends to get homogenized in the mind. People tend to think of business and then personal life, when in reality, we do not become a different creature on our way to work and then revert back to the creature we were on our way home from work. We're the same person 24 hours a day. As a matter of fact, this was very sharply brought to mind during a seminar in West Palm Beach, Florida, about a year ago. And it was a group of manufacturers, high-tech manufacturers, had come together for a seminar, and we were using some of the illustrations and examples about what makes people do what they do. And one of them raised their hand and said, Mr. Williams, this is really great information, but you see, we don't sell jewelry and ice cream and bicycles and clothing. We sell, business-to-business products. And your business-to-business customer is different. And I said, oh, really? Do the people who buy from you not buy jewelry and ice cream and clothing and bicycles? Are they in fact the one-dimensional creatures that spring into existence at 8:30 a.m. every morning and then wink out of existence at 5 o'clock at night? No. They actually make decisions exactly the way the rest of us make decisions, and they make decisions at work the same way they make decisions at home. Business to business is really not different than any other kind of advertising. Now, business, however, is too often treated as though it's this homogeneous thing, and it isn't. Business is composed of three very distinctly separate worlds, all of which are part of your personal existence, all of which are part of your business existence, but they are three separate worlds nonetheless. The first of these worlds is the world outside your door. Now, if you are a business owner, the world outside your door is the world of the customer's expectations, the world of reputation. It is the world of advertising. You see, the world outside your door is where the customer has a need. And because you have successfully implanted an associative memory, the customer thinks of you and imagines himself or herself coming to you, either by telephone or physically walking through your doorway. The world of reputation, the world of advertising, the world of expectations, the world of preconditioning and preconception. The world inside your door determines the personal experience factor. The world inside your door is where share of voice and impact quotient can make a difference. You'll remember, share of voice is the percentage of all advertising done in your business category by you. The percentage of all the advertising in your business category that is your advertising. That's your share of voice. Now, the impact quotient is your advertising's ability to convince. Do your ads cause people to make new decisions based on new information? Do your ads cause people to see things differently? How much is the person impacted? The impact quotient and share of voice, these are two factors in the world outside your door, but when you get to the second world, the world inside your door, The world outside your door is of minimal consequence at this point, because now the world inside your door is where your customer will actually experience the reality of who you are and what you do. Now, when I say the world inside your door, this applies even if you are a service business and everything is delivered over the telephone, over the internet, and or by direct mail. The customer's experience with your company, that is the world inside your door. It's the world of salespeople lighting into merchandise. It's where you must deliver what you have promised in your ads. Yes, in the world outside your door, you may have had a wonderful ad with a high impact quotient, and you may have spoken to a felt need in the heart of the customer. Now, the world inside your door determines the personal experience factor. This is where the customer gives you a grade on how well you delivered on your promises. This is where your reputation is modified and adjusted by the customer's actual experience. The executive office is the world of mission statements, corporate values, and corporate vision. It's where the customer's experience is created through the decisions of the CEO. The question is, for every executive, how will you measure success? What is important to you? If this works just exactly the way you dream it should, what is it that happens? The company, every company, is born in the heart and the mind, the imagination and the dreams of an entrepreneur, and then it's carried forward by a CEO, perhaps that entrepreneur or another. But the seat behind the desk of the senior executive is that third world. And the world of the customer's experience, the world inside the company's door, will be born and created and made manifest by the decisions of that CEO. Now here's what's interesting. Most of the time, when advertising people are talking to business owners, if the business owner isn't doing the volume of business they believe they should do and that they deserve, they will always blame advertising. Advertising isn't doing its job. They never stop to consider that maybe their dream of what to provide the world, their dream of what to give the world, their dream of the customer's experience that they're going to sell, maybe is an answer to a question no one is asking. Maybe they simply have a product or service that no one wants. Now, is that the fault of advertising? Is it a problem in the world outside your door? No. Is it a problem in the world inside your door? Only by reflection of the fact that it is, in fact, a wrong decision made by a CEO. So separate these things in your mind. Do not be held responsible for bad advertising when advertising's not bad. The truth is, the food at the restaurant stinks. And as I said in my first book, every restaurant owner that doesn't have all the business they want blames advertising. When in reality, it's not the advertising, it's the food. This is a lousy location, a dismal interior, crummy waiters, a stupid menu, high prices, and tasteless food. Yeah, I think the advertising's at fault here. Now, separate these things in your mind. The world outside your door, the world of advertising, reputation, the customer's expectations. The world inside your door is where you have to deliver what the customer expects. It's the world of the customer's experience. The world of the executive office is where everything else is born. Your employees, as a business owner, can only move forward with the dream they've been handed. They can only implement the policies and procedures they've been given by who? The CEO. They can only create a customer's experience that has first been created in the mind of that executive. And then the job of the advertising professional is simply to uncover the story that was uniquely and wonderfully born in the heart of that CEO. My advice to advertising professionals is this: avoid working for companies you don't believe in. Avoid working with people whose product you do not think will succeed. Because not only will you be held responsible for the failure of that product or service. It will also impact your own confidence in your abilities. That failure will impact your own sense of integrity. How often can you sell out and still retain your sense of honor? And so, while it may sound like a limiting factor to only solicit the business of companies that you really believe in, let me assure you that in the long run, it is the key to much, much, much higher levels of success. Because if your partner, the business owner, is doing his job, your job becomes so much easier. The world of the executive office is where share of market is born. Share of voice and impact quotient, that's in the world outside your door. The personal experience factor is the world inside your door. Share of market is determined by the decisions of the CEO. You'll remember the advertising performance equation, the APE formula. And these are exactly the factors that are reconciled and taken into consideration to determine the sales volume of the advertiser. And they relate very directly to the three distinctly separate worlds of business. Never forget that. It will serve you well.